Good morning, my friends. I'm feeling a little rough this morning. I've caught a cold, but I wanted to come at you and tell you that I think that I'm calling it. I have tried my best. I have done all I could to do this pantry challenge. I started out the week with a family gathering, and then we had a mom's night, and then I ended it with my husband's birthday. And there was just so many things going on, and I came to the realization that as field farmers, January, February are just times where we go and do things and are a little more active. So maybe next year I'll try again, but for this year, I'm calling it. I haven't done as well as I thought, but I will say I did get encouraged, and I started working in the pantry more, and I think I'm going to just, for the rest of the year, try to work through my pantry because I found I have a lot more in there that I forgot about. So it was a good thing. I did get myself going, but this is it, friends. I've got a few little clips of some food tidbits and things we did, but this will be it for the pantry challenge for me. Thanks, guys, for indulging me and following along. Maybe we'll do better next year. So I think this was from this week. Started out strong, and I got some video of yogurt and some nut mix that my daughter had. And Sunday we had a family gathering. We visited. We had all sorts of food, lots and lots and lots of food. We ate on this all day. We just kind of had lunch and supper together, just kind of, eating and snacking as you felt that you wanted to. We just enjoyed being together. We had so many desserts to choose from. It was so fun to try new recipes. Then we played games. And we did the Down Under Challenge, which I will link that video. The next morning, I woke up and I used some freeze-dried foods to make breakfast, and I will be making a video on that soon. But I turned them into a breakfast burrito, which I like mine with salsa and sour cream. And guess what, guys? I have a surprise. Someone stayed with me, and it was approved. Breakfast was good. And then for lunch this day, I got into that big old bag of frozen chicken nuggets, and I put some of those in the air fryer for us. We still had some leftover salads from last week, so we finished those off. And then I was digging in the bigger freezer and found this delicious looking tomato basil pie, and we had that for supper. I wasn't sure if it was going to be freezer burnt as it was a couple years old, but it was actually really tasty. I had some people ask how I make my oatmeal, and so I'm going to show you how I do that now. I hope you enjoy. It's just a quick and easy process. Ignore the fact that I left the cabinet door open, please.
Grab a microwavable bowl. Half a cup of oats. Handful of raisins. Cup of water. 3 minutes in the microwave. Or, instead of using craisins, throw in 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Out of the microwave. You can add milk if it's a little too dry, and whatever sweetener you want. Today I'm using maple syrup, but I like to use cinnamon and sugar or brown sugar. Just whatever hits your fancy that morning.
And then for our lunch that day, I decided to make Luke and I some grilled cheese and turkey sandwiches. Just an easy process where you put some butter in the pan, lay down your bread. I put mayonnaise on here. I like mayonnaise with my turkey sandwiches. And then I just put a little turkey on each side, and this way I'm getting 2 sandwiches done at once. Or if you're serving more, obviously you could just be making 4 sandwiches at once. Terrible video here, but I was trying to one-handedly show you quickly how I flip them and make the 2 sandwiches, and it was a bit of a failure, but as Jessica would say, it's filling bellies. I just went ahead and sliced it in half, and we'll add some chips.
There's lunch.
So in our refrigerator, I have what's called the secret hidden shelf. And what it is it's one that extends and can make for a full shelf, or it goes back and makes for kind of a small shelf. And I was lucky enough to find some yogurt and pimento cheese in the very back. And so for breakfast, that's what I had. And lunch was a pimento cheese sandwich with a Coke that was left over from the family gathering, and I treated myself to that. And then for supper, once a month, we have a mom's group, and we get together and we do some sort of a project. This month was a mug exchange with making homemade marshmallows, and that was so much fun. I also was lucky enough to get a fresh and active sourdough starter from one of the moms. Mine has been living in the refrigerator for well longer than I would like to admit, so it was nice to get to start this again. She wants to encourage us all to participate in the month-long bread project. And here, friends, is where life gets crazy and I start to fail. So I found another breakfast bar. Those are always handy for quick days. I worked on the pimento cheese and don't even remember what happened for supper that night.
Found these in the cabinet. Breakfast.
One thing for sure about this challenge is I'm finding so many things in the backs of my cabinets and in my freezers that I didn't even have any idea that I had. No idea what happened for lunch this Friday. And then for supper, we had a spinach artichoke dip. Then Saturday was the last yogurt that I found. And for lunch, honestly, I don't remember what happened. But for supper, there's a new A&W restaurant. And my son went and got that because it was my husband's birthday. Thanks again, friends, for following me with this. But like I said, I think I'm going to stop at this point and start focusing on the February collaborations that are coming up, especially with me not feeling well. I will probably just be picking and grabbing random things and not really cooking much and just kind of snacking. So thank you for following me along. Fingers crossed. I hope I can do a better job next year. It's always a fun challenge to do. Bye for now, friends.